Hello and welcome to today's March 31st Daily News Report. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. You watch this channel each day because I keep you in the loop on what's really going on in Washington, D.C. with President Biden and the U.S. economy, so let's jump right in. All right, I'd like to thank today's broadcast sponsor, ZipRecruiter, and I'll tell you about this amazing company a little bit later in today's video. In Washington, D.C., President Joe Biden just revealed plans to release a major amount of oil from the strategic U.S. reserves. The plan states that the U.S. will release 1 million barrels of oil per day for the next 6 months. This would total 180 million barrels of oil going back to the American people. Americans use about 20 million barrels per day. So it's not going to have a huge impact, but it takes off enough pressure that analysts are saying the price of gas should come down and should come down fairly quickly. Biden is calling this the answer to Putin's price hikes, even though most Americans at this point don't believe the price hikes have much to do with Vladimir Putin. President Biden is scheduled to deliver further remarks later today about combating higher gas prices, so hopefully he has even more ideas that help all of us at the pump. This move marks a turning point in President Biden's image, and it shows his willingness and openness to reconsider oil made here in the United States. Now, this may be due to recent polls suggesting Americans are taking their frustration out on Biden due to higher gas prices, or maybe it's just the right thing to do. But a new NBC poll showed that 63% of Americans disapprove of Biden's handling of the economy. And so they really need to focus on inflation and lowering gas prices in order to get his ratings back up. Now, furthermore, to show his determination, the administration is currently putting pressure on major oil companies that have not started drilling on land that was approved for drilling permits. President Biden plans to call on Congress to pass legislation that would make these companies pay a fine for wasting these permits and not drilling if they can prove that there was oil there. But many of these oil companies are saying, we're not drilling because there's no oil. And so there's this battle of make them drill and them saying that we're not going to find anything. But they're calling this policy the use it or lose it. So either prove the reasoning behind not drilling or lose the permit. Congress is now demanding all CEOs of major oil companies testify about their strategies, reveal their profits, and their future production plans. However, many of the biggest companies' CEOs are saying, unless you subpoena us, we're not coming in. You are just trying to shift blame from your policies onto us, and we're not going to be your scapegoat. Now, I have some additional information about some new Democrat-led economic stimulus payment programs and gas help. But first, let me take a minute to tell you about today's video sponsor. I want to thank today's video sponsor, ZipRecruiter. The last year has been crazy. Millions of people quit their job in search of something better or more in line with their goals, but finding the right candidate can be tricky. ZipRecruiter is the #1 hiring site in the US based on G2 ratings. So here's how it works. ZipRecruiter's AI technology can take a resume and a job and pair them up to significantly increase the chance of finding the right fit fast. Did you know that 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day? ZipRecruiter has an easy-to-manage dashboard that shows which candidates are best in line with the job being offered. Plus, their website finds like-minded and like-talented individuals so a job offering can get in front of the right people's eyes. While other companies give you too many unqualified candidates, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack. Right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/Stephen Gardner. That's right. ZipRecruiter is giving members of my YouTube community free access by visiting ZipRecruiter.com/Stephen Gardner or by clicking the link in the video description down below. Go check out ZipRecruiter right now, and let's get back to today's news update. Representatives Mike Thompson of California and John Larson from Illinois plan to introduce to Congress a new economic stimulus payment program to help deal with high gas prices while not putting the country into higher inflation or adding to the national debt, according to them. These two House representatives want to see $100 a month to every adult making under $75,000 a year, or $200 a month per couple for those couples making under $150,000 a year. They say that this plan should pass easily, not add to inflation or the national debt, and they want it to stay in place until the national gas average price drops below $4 a gallon. Right now, the national average is $4.33 a gallon. In a second plan, Representative Peter DeFazio wants to hit oil companies with a 50% tax on excessive profits in order to provide $300 to $600 a month in gas vouchers. So this is the high-end Democrat plan and then the low-end Democrat plan. So just letting you guys know what's in the news, but these are new plans that are being discussed right now. A new report released today shows that sadly, the average American family will need $5,200 more per year in order to keep up with the raging inflation. Now that's a lot of money, $5,200 more per year in order to live in America. Now, according to Goldman Sachs, President Biden releasing 1 million barrels of oil per day from the reserve will have a major effect on the oil sector and should cause gas prices to come down faster than when he released 50 million barrels in one day, and about 32 million of those went to the United States. So basically it covered less than a day and a half of oil, but they're saying 1 million every single day for 180 days. That's going to upset OPEC. It's going to upset the global oil sector. And they're saying we still need time to see how this plays out. But as of right now, our modeling shows that this is very, very good news for the American people. So I wanted to share that with you, and I hope that that is true. The Kremlin has finally responded to Biden's comments while over in Europe about troops being sent into Ukraine and calling for either taking Putin out or changing out Russian leadership. Here's what they had to say. They said, "We hope Biden's emotions will not lead to him doing something irreparable and dangerous for the whole world while under their influence." So basically, we sure hope he doesn't do something stupid while being emotionally charged. The Kremlin also said, "We are very much seeing and hearing the insults the U.S. president is hurling towards Vladimir Putin, and they let the world know we are watching what you are doing and saying." Now, the White House has just released information which shows Putin may have been misled by his informants regarding the performance of his own military. The report reads, "We have information that Putin felt misled by the Russian military. There is now persistent tension between Putin and the Ministry of Defense stemming from Putin's mistrust of Ministry of Defense leadership. It has also been reported that Putin is becoming paranoid of the people around him, which is only being worsened by his own advisors withholding information from him. So he's worried about trust, and then they've done things to break his trust. If Putin doesn't know how badly his military is performing because his own advisors are too scared to tell him the truth, this could have a negative effect on the war in Ukraine and also the rest of the world. However, the Kremlin announced today that the United States doesn't know what Putin knows or doesn't know, so quit spreading rumors. Now, that being said, Russia's annual military draft was just put back into place from April 1st until July 15th. Putin signed a decree ordering 135,000 new military troops be drafted. As of right now, he is saying these new 135,000 soldiers will not be moved into Ukraine, but once they finish their training, Putin can put them wherever he wants. So hopefully This is just building up their military and not building it up for some kind of new war or military operation or incursion. After Ukraine negotiated in good faith, Russian troops appear to be withdrawing. However, according to NATO's top military people, they're not withdrawing. They're actually regrouping and deciding where they want to attack next. Russia currently has military pressure on all major Ukrainian cities, and President Zelensky is still asking nations to help because they are getting behind. So on the one hand, we're hearing that Russia's military is really weak. On the other hand, we're hearing that Ukraine is losing the battle. So I'm not really sure the exact truth, but I'm just letting you guys know what's in the news. So far, over 4 million Ukrainian refugees have fled the country, and 13 million say they are trapped and don't know how to live regular life. The United States continues to provide millions, if not billions of dollars in aid. After the Russian ruble took a sharp 36% hit from initial sanctions, it's now almost fully recovered. This comes after Biden famously stated the ruble was almost immediately reduced to rubble, but now that's not true. Russia has implemented systems to avoid long-term damage to their currency, and their dollar is actually bouncing back faster than the United States dollar, and here's why. Because of the world's reliance on Russia's output of gas, food, and other natural resources, they've been able to leverage these resources to get exactly what they want. Combine this with large corporations trading illegally on the black market to avoid sanctions, and we're seeing the Russian economy bounce back faster than the United States or even NATO nations predicted. Russia has also demanded that all oil and gas purchases be done in the ruble, which has strengthened their dollar because they have resources not only that the world wants, but absolutely desperately needs. This has forced countries to basically bend to Russia's will and buy in the Russian ruble. And if they don't get gas or oil. So these two demands are basically allowing Russia to escape these sanctions. Even with this shift in mindset from President Biden, he wants the American public to know clearly that he is still going to be a green president, and he wants to authorize the use of the Defense Production Act to help ramp up production of batteries to produce clean energy vehicles. So on one hand, he's saying, listen, I know that we have to use oil, but I'm going to use the Defense Production Act to ramp up green energy production. 4 men in Florida are headed to jail. These 4 figured out how to hack fuel pumps and get gas for a couple pennies a gallon instead of the $4.50 a gallon in their neighborhood. Well, I guess they told too many friends about the hack, and the friends turned them in. So now they got to a couple of tanks of cheap gas, but now they'll be spending the next few years in the tank as they are being hit with theft against these gas companies. So they got some cheap gas temporarily, but nothing good lasts forever, right? Now, this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more with you. The merch in the month of March is ending in the next 24 hours. So make sure to get your name in if you want to be one of the winners of these amazing hats, a shirt, a hoodie, or maybe even some cash. I'll be reaching out to the winners all weekend long, 200 of you. So we're excited to be able to give that out. And I am working with some incredible sponsors for the month of April to come up with some kind of giveaway there. Now, before you go, make sure to check out ZipRecruiter. Whether you are looking to hire somebody or get a new job, ZipRecruiter is the absolute best, so go check them out. Also, I just want to remind you that you are amazing. I appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.